ever back down from nobody. I don't care who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. Thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us live on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, or possibly you've downloaded the podcast. Thank you for doing that. Or maybe you are listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. And if you've taken some time out of your day to catch up with us that way, thank you very much for both supporting EST and us. We have a few things to talk about. Of course, we've come to another season where we will not be playing in November, but we will be talking about some of the great things that we have seen throughout this season. So if you are watching live, make sure that you add your comments in and questions. We'll get to some of those during the show. And of course, we always love the great interactions we have with you guys. So thank you for putting that in there. First and foremost, before I bring in the gang here, I do want to say thank you to Brendan McGuire for inviting me to do color for the Regina Rams and U of A Golden Bears game. It was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed doing it, and I hope that he invites me back to do it again, because it was a blast. So I love chatting football, and that was another great way to do it. So, all right, let's bring in first. There he is, Superfan Mike. How are you, Superfan?
Good, surprisingly. It's a little tough after the loss, especially one that does knock us out of the postseason. But, you know, we still get to watch football this weekend, and I'll take live football over pretty much any other sport anywhere. So it's bittersweet, but like I said, at least we still get to get together one last time, share some hugs at West of Us, have some food at Tailgate, and see our team play. So
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I'm excited for it. We might have the stadium kind of to ourselves, because I hear another team in Canada is playing on Friday night, but we'll have to see how that goes. Congrats to the Blue Jays on getting to the World Series.
Congrats to get to play my team.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say
it's gonna be fun.
Do we get to take the picture where we're like head to head? And
yes,
okay, perfect. We'll do that at Tailgate
or after the sweep. All right.
Yeah. By the Blue Jays, you're right. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, Commissioner is on the one show list, unfortunately, but joining us all the way out from Victoria is one Linda. How are you, Linda?
I'm well, thanks. Good to see you guys.
It's good to see you too. Thank you for joining us in the midst of being in one of the nicest places in Canada. I love Victoria. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, and here you are spending time with us.
No, nobody better. Let's break this puppy down.
Okay.
Let's light this rocket.
Okay, well, before we get to talking about that, so there was some Grey Cup announcements, and I just want to kind of get a quick reaction here.
Yeah.
They talked about the Grey Cup halftime show being announced as Machine Gun Kelly.
Sucks. Sorry.
What was that?
I thought it was just, I said sucks.
Oh, okay.
Not really, actually. I just think that's the tradition annually, is to complain about the halftime show. So,
well, are you a CFL fan if you don't complain about the halftime show? Like, come on now. So yes, Machine Gun Kelly. Then the pregame show being Our Lady Peace. Nice. I can't say. I mean, I understand that MGK is bigger in the world right now, but I'd be fine if that was reversed. Anyway, that's just me because I'm old and halftime shows are not for me anymore. So unless they're playing Green Day, but I do I do think that it's a fairly big name that they're bringing into Winnipeg.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts there, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. I did talk to my 13-year-old, and I was quite surprised that he's like, "Oh God, he's old." So for the pre-high school set, they're probably a little less impressed. But no, I mean, it's a big name. It's one of those names that I mean, I sort of guessed right away.
Yeah, you did.
We had
Yeah.
a little bit of hints there, just because I think it's a big get for the CFL. And I think that it's going to bring a lot of eyes to a game that maybe normally wouldn't be watching. So I think that's great. It's, again, musically not necessarily for us, but nothing they're going to bring is going to be necessarily music. Well, I mean, they did bring Green Day, right? So once in a while they throw us a bone.
Yeah, they gotta throw us a treat every now and again. Linda, your thoughts?
You know, years ago when Vancouver was bringing in the Black Eyed Peas, I kind of shot the wad of my outrage back then. I got nothing left. Fine, let go and let God. It's going to be just fine.
Excellent.
I'm A-okay.
I like the way you say that. That's perfect. Now on another note, seems that Winnipeg kind of botched the party passes a tad. Now I've heard that it's been somewhat fixed and that people are able to get some single day passes into the parties, but my understanding is they tied it to the concerts and then that made it so that it was really hard to get the 3-day passes. So as it turns out, I won't be in Winnipeg, so not overly affected by it. But on the other hand, I would have. It just seemed a little like, do you know what Grey Cup is? It's like we all want to meet at the parties. That is what Grey Cup is all about. So, Linda, I know you're headed there. What were your thoughts on this?
Well, you know, if Tree and Ange hadn't bought at the first notice and told us about the passes months ago, I totally would have been in the same boat as the shocked and appalled nationwide. And, you know, I know Winnipeg's going to put on a good show, but this year I think the Grey Cup committee has had this prevailing attitude of, it's all going to sell out anyway. So they figure locals are going to buy all the tickets to everything. They are not thinking about who else might be coming and what our traditions might be. And I think they got tuned up on that a little late in the game, not before everybody, you know, threatened and phoned and that. Yeah, it was a total misstep. And I think arrogance led to a good chunk of it. But I think they've done their best to remediate it. I mean, the biggest crime of all was even Brewster didn't have one, and a Brewster without a party pass was just not going to fly. So
no, definitely
he's taken care of now.
Oh, good.
That's all that matters now.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, if Brewster doesn't have a party pass, that might be the first Grey Cup he misses. That would be that'd be out.
Winnipeg would have burned.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can't have that. Mike, your thought. I know you're not headed out to Winnipeg this year, but your thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, I think it was a little disappointing, but I think a lot of people sort of who have been going for years, decades even, going to the Grey Cup sort of assumed that's just how it's always been. It's always going to be that way. And if they're going to change something, they need to announce it a lot and long in advance so that people, when they get notification, yes, these are on sale, they're not going to just wait. They're going to get them right away and they can see what they've got. I don't think tying it to the live shows was the right way to go because there's people that are going to want to go to the shows that aren't necessarily going to be going to the team parties,
right?
And vice versa. So make them separate, allow people to go to what they want to go to, and you're still going to sell it. You're still going to have a lot of people there having a great time. It is the Grand National Drunk. and it's a chance for us to see our football family, one last time before the season starts again.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm sad that I won't be there, but I'll be I'm going to be hanging out with Tyler actually, and we're going to be watching from Vancouver. So we're going to be just need some shutdown time for myself. So unfortunately, by the time I could rebook to go, it was a little out of my price range. So needless to say, we'll see how it all goes. And on the show front, we'll be doing our season wrap show next week with Dave and Morley. They have
always a great time.
Oh, I love having them on, and they have both agreed to be on. So we're excited to do that. And then we'll probably catch up after the Grey Cup to kind of talk about the playoffs in general. So that'll be the general plan at this moment. And then we'll into our off-season fun and games.
Are we handing out awards? Who is the Mool?
That'd be we should. Oh, do we have to do that today, or should we do that
next week? We always do it with David Morley.
Yeah, we'll do it next week
because they've picked as well.
Yeah, and I got to do my picks this. It still blows
on
my
the
mind
show.
when I know, but I get the email that says, "Hey, you can now pick. You're one of the pickers for the." I'm like,
no spoilers.
Neat. I'm one of the pickers.
Canadian pickers.
All right. Well, I've delayed it as long as I can. Let's talk about it now. Game recap. So that started out great on defense anyway. Looked like
29 minutes.
Really, really came to play. And then work warmed up after the bye week. 37-24 loss. Of course, it knocks Edmonton out of the playoff race that we talked about. Also a common occurrence with the Edmonton Elks going to BC Place. Not a lot of luck in that particular venue in the last while, and especially not against likely the MVP in the league, Nathan Work. So let's talk about it. Start with you, Mike. What'd you see in the game?
Like I just said before, the first 29 minutes seemed, especially on defense, very solid. They had our offenses marching, and we had the JJ Ross strip fumble, and then recovery. And just, it seemed like we were really going toe to toe with them, and we were dominating in the or at least that's what they said, dominating in the time of possession.
Totally were.
And then, like it happens far too often, we let them march down the field and score points. And in this case, tie the game. And that was pretty painful for us to see again. And then the second half, the wheels fell off. We lost a lot of players to injury. That was very hard to see, especially some of the guys we've lost, especially with the losses we've already had on defense. That defensive line, both are starting traditional linebackers, the Will and the Mac linebacker. It's just been super tough. And it just seemed like, that kind of fits this season, really. Watching how we start out well, and then in the second half, we just didn't make it happen.
I agree. It was a tough one to watch because you kind of got built up, right? You're like, oh, well, maybe. And then not so much.
As it turns out, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right,
of course, with Calgary and Winnipeg both winning, we would have been eliminated even with a win.
Right.
Had we, is it right? If we would have beaten Winnipeg by 13 or more, we'd have still had another chance next week.
Yes.
We would have to win against Calgary, and Winnipeg would have to lose, but we would at least have the season series and could have made it happen. So that is also unfortunate. But if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a great Christmas.
Thank you, Coach Richie.
Yeah.
I guess the other side of that is that don't let anybody ever tell you that a game in July doesn't mean anything, because
100%.
Digging that hole to 1-6, made it hard near the end here. And then the two walk-off field goal kicks by the other team.
But again, that
losses,
last
I
minute
should
of the
say.
game,
Yeah,
last minute of the
it's
half,
just-
same thing.
It's just that those were just kill. It's hard to come back from that, right? So
Right.
Linda, what did you see in this game?
Well, I now have a sneaking suspicion that Nathan Rourke watches the podcast, because he obviously heard me say I didn't think he was that good. And he doubled down to make me eat my shorts. So he certainly played well enough. And also, I'm not that lucky in that stadium, so I don't think you guys should let me go in the future.
I'm not lucky there either.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah.
What I saw was a fantastic time of possession for a long time, which that was the sort of big lead we had, even more so than points, that got whittled away. But I saw a pretty enjoyable first half. Did not like what happened at the end, as you've said. But in the second half, honestly, we were 4 rows behind the team bench, and I wasn't watching much of the game. I was watching the bench, and there was no emotion, no enthusiasm, nothing. Coach Killam came by twice to try to rah. You could see Aaron tried a couple of times. JC has a quiet way, but really they were flat. And it brought to mind my mother's expression, flattered and piss on a plate. Like there was nothing going on. They're not talking to each other. I could see Trey even trying to do something, showing some great leadership that I was pleased to see. But truly, watching the field was not as telling as watching the bench. And what that told me is, we lose some because we just didn't have quite enough time. If you would have given us another quarter, it wouldn't have made a difference. They were not playing.
Yeah.
They had no heart, no energy.
I think the one of the turning points for the game for me was when Carter O'Donnell had to go out because of the head injury. And it was early. And the next play, they went right after that spot and got the safety. And it was just like, oh no. Like you could just kind of feel. And then, they got the touchdown and they missed the field goal, of course, before that. But then they got the touchdown and they got the field goal. And we thought, oh, okay, like maybe, the defense is playing really well. And then the pick six happened. And I think that was kind of like, oh, you just like there wasn't really much, because then I think after that they were, I know it's a poker term, but it's like they were playing on tilt. Like they weren't, Cody was trying to force balls into spaces that they shouldn't be going.
That was painful.
Yeah. And it's, he's only had 3 interceptions on the entire year, but he had 3 interceptions this game. And that tells me that, he was willing to try and win, and I get that, but he was trying to force it instead of just kind of letting it happen. And they couldn't get Rankin going. O'Donnell is just a different player than McKellar, and I'm not trying to take anything away from McKellar, but I just think O'Donnell brings that.
He's a young guy, right?
Line and it just they play different on when they have that kind of a personality. Is that what Jed would say? Yeah.
Certain kind of personality.
There we go. Yeah, got it. I just felt that was a huge difference. Tell me about your thoughts. And Linda, you were there. So the hit on Curly Gittens Jr. Hellacious hit. On review, like on replay, it did look like he caught him like here and not here, but holy man, at live speed, it looked like he took his head off.
It did look like that, and the audible in the stadium was something. But at that point, I was trying to keep Paul from getting into a fight, because there's a
He's that
certain
way.
Greaseball Lions fan who Brian W. warned was going to be sitting down from us, who is super greasy behind the bench, and he was cheering the hit and just generally being a menace. And Paul, as I used to say, it's not his go-to move, but Paul was visibly upset. And so I didn't even see the replay, but it was gross.
Yeah.
I feel like I felt it, like my teeth shook.
Yeah. Oh, I was watching it on TV and I was like, oh, like,
Yeah.
that was just painful to watch. What did you think, Mike? You were watching it as well on TV.
Yeah. It's one of those things that just makes you stop instantly when you see a hit like that, and you start realizing, like, this is a violent sport. And like you say, I think it was a clean hit. I don't think that there was anything illegal about it. I was going to say it wasn't malicious, but I mean, all hits are kind of malicious. Right? Like, the whole point is you're trying to inflict pain on someone. You're not trying to injure them.
No.
But you are trying to make them feel hurt, like, without getting hurt. If that
And
makes
stopping
sense.
their tracks. Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And make them, if they can drop the ball, if they can, be jarred so that maybe they're a little woozy, so the next play they're not as effective, that kind of thing. Yeah, it just makes you stop and think, there's, especially with a kid now in tackle football, you start to think like this, there's more to life than football. And you just hope that it's hits like these that don't take someone out for a season or a career.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I was worried for Curly more than anything.
Wasn't the team.
Yeah, exactly. He was able to be back out later in the game, though. So, wow.
Tougher than I am.
I exactly. I'd have been like, okay, white flag. Just, I'm good. Just let me just put me in that tent and let me have a sleep. Thanks. I appreciate that.
That tear got a lot of action.
It sure did. Sure,
they earn their pay. Let me tell you, Lisa and Ryan
and Lisa always say they don't want to be busy, and every year they're so busy. It's just like way busier than we want them to be. That is for sure. The other thing, there's two other things. So I talked about them playing on tilt. Going for it on 3rd and 12.
We've been telling them we want to be more aggressive. That's not what we meant.
On our own side of the field after we gave up the pick six. Ooh, that's a call. That's a choice. I didn't quite understand that. And then I guess because so many other times we've seen them. Now, last week they went for it on 3rd and 2 on their own side and got a touchdown. So, I was texting Paul and I said, if that was even 3rd and 5 and they tried to do it just to turn the momentum, I'd probably been like, okay, I get what it's not great, but I get what you're doing. But 3rd and 12, like, kick the ball. Like,
live to fight another day.
Oh my goodness. And I mean, the BC Lions only got a field goal off of that. But we basically set them up in field goal range for Sean White. So little not ideal. Last thing is, I have no idea how we got stuck with the exact same referee crew that we did the week before.
Ooh.
I wondered that too.
I used to be a huge fan of Tom Valesi too, but
me too. But it is, I need to be as clear on this. It is absolutely absurd that Killam had to use a challenge.
On that 3rd down?
On the 3rd down plunge. And they were saying he didn't get it when he was 2 yards ahead. Like, it's, to me, that is bonkers. Like, that was and for the eye in the sky to shoot down for any, slight hit to the helmet of, like, just, that's egregious. Call down and say, oh, no, you got that one wrong. The ball is...
Your angle wasn't there, whatever. We have a better angle, and away they go.
Like, oh my! I was like, when you could even hear it, like Dusty and Suter being like, what now? They're putting that ball where? That doesn't what? Yeah. Like everybody was like, that doesn't make any sense. So tough one. So never thought I'd ever say this, but I'm hoping even for Tim Croker this week. Don't care. Just not Valesi.
Bring Al Bradbury out of retirement or
okay, no, I'm not that desperate. Let's not get crazy. Come on now. Like, no.
Just I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. What I can't remember his name. What's the guy that he hit the screen again?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? I can't remember his name for some reason. It's totally blanking on me. Yeah. But Ben Major. There.
Yes.
Please, can we have Ben Major? At least make the game entertaining for the last one. That would be great. I would appreciate that. All right.
In terms of playoff eliminations, we know Valesi won't be reffing the Grey Cup. But he should have been eliminated by now.
Yeah, I should hope so. Yeah. I mean, there's really only one ref that does the Grey Cup, right? And it has to be. Come on now.
Who is that?
Andre Proulx.
That's right. Andre Proulx.
Although when he's not doing the Grey Cup and you can hang out with him at the Spirit, it's a lot of fun.
That is a lot of fun too.
100%.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Nothing like standing around talking about turd and tree with so good. Okay, we do have a roster move to talk about. They released Gavin Holmes, wide receiver, who was signed, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So never really saw him, but
good old number 89, I think he was, or 88, I don't remember.
Sure.
89.
Sure. Okay. I'm just gonna say that you're right because I have no idea.
Has he ever played? We don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as his mom got a picture of him in the uniform, that's all that matters.
That's really good. Then you're fine. Exactly. Yep. Okay, so no Horde and Tell this week, Superfan. Are you gonna have Horde and Tell next week when we have Dave
definitely
here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I always like their reactions at the same time. All right, let's talk about Tailgate this coming Friday,
the final one of the season,
game of the season, and
yes,
it's always exciting.
A classic grilled cheese and tomato soup. I think, if anything, we need some comfort food. We need some comfort at the end of our season. Again, early, it's over too soon, and we've always had a great reaction with grilled cheese and tomato soup. Come on down, hang out, talk some football. Talk about the year, talk about, your family, what you've done recently, what your plans are for Christmas. Just come on down, hang out with your family, have some good comfort food, and then go watch a game.
What are your plans for Christmas?
Just saying. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, it was just the way we're trying to come up with something which was outstanding. Yeah, what are you doing for New Year's? And do you have Valentine's Day plans yet? I'm just curious.
Yeah. Jerry was asking if there's some sort of pumpkin carving thing. There is. We got an email that at the tailgate there will be a pumpkin carving contest. Usually we're too busy to be carving any pumpkins. But there'll be probably a lot of kids doing it, and there'll be a spot where you can pick up a pumpkin and come on down, carve some, and maybe win some stuff.
Yeah, and dress up, right? I mean, might as well.
Who won the chili cook-off?
Hang on.
There were 2 winners.
Yes.
Okay.
It was not us.
The fan vote and the judge vote.
I can tell you that.
It was not.
I know the Elks heard. They announced it on their show. That was last week.
Yep. Jason and Andrea won the fan vote, I believe. Or is it the judges vote
right now?
Right on.
So fan vote was Gary Dewar of 160, and the judges vote was Andrea and Jason of 138.
Yeah.
So outstanding.
Well,
Congratulations.
Thought yours was great.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I agree, and it was really good with that porter.
I was saying it paired well with the porter. I'm just saying.
Sure did. Sure did. It's very good.
In fact, it paired well several of the beers because our little sister brought a few beers that were on the previous episode, and we paired some of those. They were quite tasty.
They were quite, yes. We weren't bribing people with bourbon. I see how it works now. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
That's very good.
That's fine.
Congratulations to the winners. That was outstanding.
No, they apparently did fantastic chili. We didn't get a chance to taste it, but
Yes. Yeah, I know. We really need to experience this tailgate thing more. But the real chili was the friends we made along the way. Yes, that is correct.
Soylent green chili.
Yummy. All right. Well, we haven't done this for a while. Here's a word from our sponsor. All right, I just hadn't played it in a while, and thank you, Tyler. I love that.
And it's so good.
Makes me laugh every time. All right, Linda, are you all set?
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to put you up here, and let's do this. First down, this beer. All right. Oh, there's the I was like, is she going to get through it? I thought for a second there you might get through the last, but there it was. All right. What do you have for pairing with the comfort food of tomato and grilled cheese?
Right. Well, we have a few themes, that being one of them. So as we were saying, along with Paul and Tree, I met up with some BC friends and attended on Friday in Vancouver. And as we've covered, it was an epic wreck. Now, on the plus side, epic wreck is also an India session ale. And this is from Deadhead Brewing in Duncan, BC. And I will say that the brewery experience of epic wreck far surpassed the Elks epic wreck experience, although just a few days apart. In fact, the brewery was so cool. We ordered a flight of everything on tap, and it was served in a life-size carved guitar. It was called Stairway to 11. And because there were 7 minutes left before the first pitch in the Jays game, he played Stairway to Heaven. It was amazing. So we had a fantastic tasting room experience that helped get the bad taste out of our mouth from the game. So Epic Rec Session Ale, 4.5% ABV. Session ale meaning you can drink many in a session, so lower alcohol, nothing in there to blow your mind. Pretty serviceable beer. Next up, Screaming Squirrel Oatmeal Stout at 6.5. I was a squirrel at the game for all the good it did. So at Deadhead Brewery, this was served on a nitro pour. And although there's no widget in the can, you still get a lot of really good carbonation. We'll see how the can goes. Yeah, she's lovely and yes. So I should mention BC liquor stores are on strike. So the only place I've been able to shop out here is at breweries, but don't feel too badly for me because there's plenty to keep me happy.
Yes.
Deadhead Brewery had everything I needed to do tonight's podcast. Unfortunately, you can't get these at home for the last tailgate, but I would say if you could find a nice oatmeal stout, it's going to go great with the grilled cheese and tomato soup. And if you don't plan on toughing it out at the game and you're watching at home in your jammies with a blanket, you still might want an oatmeal stout. Really perfect for the weather.
What's the difference with the oatmeal stout and compared to another stout?
So instead of just sort of an all barley grain on the grain bill, they've added oatmeal as an adjunct, and it gives you a nice silky mouthfeel and a little bit more body. It's not body like eating a bowl of oatmeal, but it's really lovely. And so this one is kind of nutty and dark, and I think just nice and cozy for the soup and grilled cheese. So Finally, for tonight, a beer that spoke to me. This is Retro 77. It's a West Coast IPA that weighs in at 6.9
Ooh.
ABV. It speaks to me because in 1977, our football team lost the Grey Cup in the famous Staple game. And although they did better than ours did this year, what's important is we take heart, because in 1978, the team came back to win it all and do 5 in a row. You might have heard about it. I know we hardly ever mention it.
No.
So I think Retro 77 bodes well for us today as we kind of wind this down and look forward to the next. Let's see. Yeah, I think despite Friday's epic wreck, this gives us something to be optimistic about. So cheers.
Oh, awesome. And it was Screaming Squirrel oatmeal stout.
Yeah.
That might be one of the greatest names I've ever heard. That's Screaming Squirrel. Okay. I wonder what it sounds like. Let's not Google that. I don't need to know that. Something that went through my head. Thank you, Linda. That was amazing. Are you going to join us next week for one more segment before the?
You want me to pair a beer with Dave and Morley? Is that
Yes.
what we're going for?
Oh, that should be interesting. Yes. Yeah.
Sure. Happy to join if you want me.
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's for the last time this season. Yeah, we get to talk about at least a game coming. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview. All right, the final game of the season, the final home game, Elks versus the Stampeders, Friday at 7:30 p.m. As we talked about already, the tailgate will be open around 5-ish, so pop by and see us beforehand. Intriguing game. Calgary needs to win to have a shot at a playoff game or a home playoff game.
Right.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, Mike.
They need BC to lose.
What's that?
They need BC to lose.
Right. And BC is playing.
They're not losing.
They're not. They're playing Toronto? No. Who are they playing again? I already know this. Saskatchewan. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you have nothing to play for other than not. I mean, they're going to go pretty vanilla, I think.
I think so too. Yes. A lot of Jake Mayer. That's wonderful. So yeah. BC knows they have to win to get their home playoff game. I feel like they're not going to lose, but needless to say, if Calgary was to lose to us and Winnipeg somehow beats Montreal, does that not put Calgary into the crossover? Did I have that right?
They're at, what are they at, 10 wins?
I think so. No, probably not. I guess as soon as BC wins, that's probably it, right?
Yeah, they're at 10 wins. Winnipeg's at 9, so they'd both be at 10 and 8. I'm just not sure who has the tiebreaker.
You sent me the tiebreaker, so one moment and I'll be able to tell you. Here we are. If BC wins, it's Calgary at BC and Winnipeg is the crossover. So it doesn't matter once BC wins. Okay. So if there is no way that Calgary is the crossover. So there we go. So really doesn't matter at all. The only thing that matters is Calgary's got to win if they want the opportunity to host the semifinal.
Yeah, to play BC in BC or in Calgary or BC.
Correct. Yes. So it should be rather interesting. So I think for this one, I'm very curious as to what your guys' thoughts are on what we're watching for in this game and how you think this game will be handled. So, Linda, let me start with you. What are you watching in this game?
Well, I'm watching to see if there's been a fire lit. So, watching body language on the bench for sure. We were so close on all three phases.
Mhm.
So the whole collapse is, a puzzle to me. So I guess anybody who's injured is probably not coming back. So there's going to be a few newish faces to watch. We'll see what they show us. If maybe we'll see them again at camp. I want to see if people are going to play hard enough to win for pride. And I'm looking at all three phases for that. And I'm also watching the coaches for that. I would like to see Trey get some time. Yeah. The rest was just, it was just little tweaks until they dumped it last week. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Superfan, what do you got?
Yeah, I think like most people, because we don't have anything to play for beyond Friday, at least this season, it'll be interesting to see who is going in the game and who isn't, not just for how they play, but how the coaches maybe think we're going to see next year.
Yep.
If you have players that haven't got a lot of time and they don't get any time tomorrow, but they're still on the roster, then maybe they're not in the plans for next year. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
But certainly goes a long way to say, okay, well, this guy's going to get maybe a half or even a quarter of playing time to see what we really have when it's against, live bullets.
Yes.
And then the other thing I'm going to be watching is probably the right side of that offensive line. When we've got O'Donnell and Boyko both injured, and as of today, Tuesday, not having played in practice the last couple of days, it does make me wonder what that line is going to look like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can go and say that, McKellar probably fills in at the guard, but who is the who's going to be the tackle? Evans? Maybe? Question mark? High inflection.
It's hard to say. Jerry has a really great point in here, and I was going to bring up is that we have an opportunity with a win to do something we haven't done since Michael Riley was the quarterback here, and that's win 6 home games in a season. If that happens, we will have won more home games this year than we have the entire 2020s combined.
Okay, so that's cool, and also ow.
It does hurt. Where's Jerry's post here? There we go.
Yeah.
The home record would be 6-3. We were 0-7, 0-9, 2-7, 3-6. To be 6-3 shows a real turnaround, and I think will go a long way to bringing people back to the stadium. Yes. Because at least even when we could be 8-10 and missing the playoffs, but that when you're at Commonwealth Stadium, you have a really good shot of seeing the home team win.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we talked about that a little bit after the last game, where it was like you have, the wins at home. So what does that mean? And all the players and Mark Killam all said, we want to send these fans home happy. They are there to support us. They're loud when we need them to be. We want them to have that experience and feel like Commonwealth is not an easy place to play. So
it used to not be, right? And that's why we'd see the top 2 attendances in the league every year were in Edmonton.
Yes.
Yeah. One of those top 2 spots. And we are now in the bottom 3 for attendance over the season. And I think that was a large part of it, is just because that 22 game, home losing streak.
Yeah.
It just, every time you came, you went home disappointed unless you were cheering for the other team. So
exactly. Yeah. So I guess I agree with you, Linda, in that I'm going to be watching to see if that heart is there to lay it on the line for the home fans, to let them go home happy. Like you're at a point now where you're setting the stage for next year. So
right.
Set the stage on a positive note as much as we possibly can. And like you said, Mike, it's going to be hard. We don't know who's going to really be on that line. I don't know who's really going to be in the middle on the defensive line. I'm guessing that Brinkman won't play. He's been, as Mark Killam said, been held together with duct tape for most of the year. We need to give him a break, but who else is going to step up? So I feel like this could be, I don't want to say a defining game, but a really great show for kids like DeBlanco, Mogensen, to just show that they still belong. Do you know what I mean? Like, they should be in this league. And I'm excited to see what they can do. JJ Ross on the corner. I mean, we do have, Devondrick Bynum has missed the entire season because of an injury, and he was great last year, right? So these are the guys that you want to be, showing now, so that you might take that spot next year, right? Yeah. So that's really what I want to see, is that heart of playing for the home fans.
If I can, I want to make an update to my bench observers report. DeBlanco was one of the only players besides Trey who was trying to get something going. I saw a ton of heart there.
Yeah. He seems like he wants to be a leader, right? And I love seeing it. And he's playing well on the field, but he's also being that guy that you're talking about. So let's see more of that. That's really what I'm looking for. And I think we kind of all touched on it, but I'm curious to see if Trey does get some time in this game. And if he doesn't, then the off-season chatter is going to be what are the steps, because Cody was only here he's only signed for 1 year. So correct. Are we going to extend him? Where is that going to go? And that's kind of telling. So we'll have to see how this plays out.
And even if we do, what does that mean for Trey Ford?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, let's have some other fun, shall we?
You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's pick 'em.
Well, she's not here to celebrate, but congratulations to the commish. There is no way that Mike or I can catch for pick'ems this year. Kayla right now sitting with a 53-24 record. That's an incredible record for
it really is
pick'ems. Mike, you are at 46-31, and I am at 40-37. So I got bit a little bit by the over-unders for sure early on, and that kind of burned my season. But wow, what a show by the commissioner! Holy cow! So excited for it for next year. But this week we get to pick the last week of the season. Next week for pick'ems, we will just pick who we think is going to win each game and the Grey Cup, just for fun. Just it would be like bracket setting at this point. Just for that show next week is going to be a long one, so buckle up. It's going to be fun. Okay. It's always fun that way. So pick'ems this week. Last chance to put in a prop bet for our Edmonton Elks. So throw your prop bets into the chat so that we can get at those. Last week I set we had time of possession, and I set the prop bet at 30.5 minutes. The final time that the Elks had the ball was 30 minutes and 32 seconds. Like it was a great line.
And they were all in the first half.
Yeah,
like 28 of them were.
Well, they actually stats guy actually reached out to me and said that at halftime they had 17 minutes. There was a screw up in the stats. So they had 17 minutes versus 12 for BC in the first half, and then in the second half they obviously filled in the other, what is that, 13? Yeah. But I just thought that was really funny, because when they saw the final, I was like, 30 minutes and 32 seconds. Like, Mike, you and I were 2 seconds off from being correct, and Caleb being wrong.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Well, I know when they were posting the time of possession, Tree and I didn't put it in so many words, but it like if we really had it that long, why aren't we having more fun?
Yeah, I know, I
Right.
know. And that's actually what I put in my article, which was
Oh,
like,
is that right?
how do you have the ball for double the time and you're tied at halftime? And then the stats guy said, actually, that was incorrect. I'm like, oh, well, I just went with what I had in my notes. So anyway, needless to say, still we were ahead by 5 minutes, and
It's true.
We
Yeah.
should have had the lead.
Well, I mean, at one point in the first half, they said BC's series were 5 punts and a fumble.
Yep, correct.
That's
Correct.
absolutely, you can't ask for much better than from your defense than that.
Correct. That's what it was. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Their
the
first
offense
6
did
drives.
not do a lot.
Unfortunately, no. Story of our season, to some degree. Okay, let's get into these pick'ems. In all these absolutely meaningless games, just for fun. First one is Ottawa at Hamilton. This one is in the Hammer. Linda, who do you got?
You know I'm going Ottawa.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, okay, I knew that. I think that we should all pick for commissioner because she's won anyway. So
Right.
all of us are saying Ottawa for commissioner, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yep. I like this. Okay. Mike.
I'm going to go Hamilton in this one. Going home team.
Okay.
I heard Crum is not playing.
Nope, he is not. It's going to be Tyree Adams getting the start. Okay.
Yeah.
And regardless of who plays for Hamilton, I think the home team will take it.
All right. I'm going Ottawa because screw the wall-eyed bastard.
Exactly.
And Hamilton has done nothing but not help us in the last 4 weeks, so
Right.
they can just lose again. You big jerks. Anyway, how do I really feel? Montreal at Winnipeg. This one is in Winnipeg. Who you got, Mike?
Montreal, I believe, still has something to play for.
Yeah, they could get first especially if Hamilton loses.
Right. So there you go. If Ottawa wins,
and
Montreal's got something really, I would love to see it happen personally.
Yes,
who wouldn't? Wall-eyed bastard. I'll take Montreal in this one.
All right. I will also take Montreal in this one. And
me too. Moi aussi.
Oh, wow.
Skip Kayla Winnipeg.
Correct. Yep. I like this. I like how this is working. Yeah.
For all season next year.
I think that would be fair. Yeah. That's what happens when you win. Next year we pick for you all the whole year.
She still wins. Damn it.
Because my picking is so bad, she'd still win.
George Costanza, just do the exact opposite of whatever I was gonna do.
Oh, that's fantastic. BC at Saskatchewan in the rectangle. I'm going to give this one to BC because there's things on the line for them and they will find a way with Nathan Rourke. Linda.
BC.
Mike.
I'm going to take Saskatchewan to lose.
Okay. Okay.
Although Ken does say that Harris and Ouellette will be playing.
Oh,
to
interesting.
get themselves warmed up, but I don't know that they're going to be. Again, they have nothing to play for, so why would they do anything but the most vanilla of strategies? I think so.
And why would they not just go for a half or a quarter or whatever? Get into it, but then
and then
be done. Yeah. So Kayla gets Saskatchewan, which is outstanding. Perfect. Yep, like this. This is going great.
Until again, she goes 3 for 3.
Yes. Okay, let's get into some prop bets there, super fan. What do we got?
Let's.
Oh, Linda, you get to pick the prop bet tonight because I think it's your turn.
Because Andrew said.
Correct. Yeah. I don't pick the prop bet. I only say, "Ooh, I like this one" or not. But I'll let Linda pick.
There we go. All right, we got a bunch in the chat. Let's see what we got here. Let's start with our good friend Chris, who says his flip-flop is Edmonton tackles for a loss. I imagine Mills will be a big part of Calgary's offense. He wants to be top rusher. Can the D get behind the line of scrimmage?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Elks
All right.
tackle for a loss. Okay.
Next up, the prep bot Dickinson meltdowns.
Okay. Yeah. As much as I love that, I can't keep track of it, especially not when I'm at the game. Yeah.
I think
so
about
that's
40.
yeah. I'll take the over. Yeah.
Sir Hugo, our friend Jerry,
Yes.
also in the Victoria area. Number of Elks roster changes from last week. So even before the game starts.
Wow. Okay.
How many different players are we going to see on the roster from the last game on the next depth chart, which comes out,
Interesting.
in a couple of days.
It does, yes. Mm-hmm.
Leanne wants to know the number of vag sacks.
Oh. Why isn't Kayla here? Why isn't Kayla here for this?
That's Vernon Adams Jr.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's what it. Oh my!
What were you thinking?
I was wondering, how am I ever going to keep track of this? Anyway, that's fine. Yeah. How many times does somebody get sacked?
Called before HR again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Number of sacks. Good Lord. Sounds. Thank you, Milt Stiegel, forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Jerry again. Red zone success as a percentage.
You're assuming we get to the red zone. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, that's 0% of
zero would be the okay.
That's infinity divided by 0.
Yeah.
Kobe wants to know. This is a tough one.
Okay.
How many additional rule changes will happen in the off season? But then he says actual prop bet, longest field goal.
Longest field goal. Interesting. Okay. For the Elks, I'm assuming, and not for both teams.
I would imagine.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Just we'll take that assumption. All right. Any others?
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Jerry's got to get a kicking bet in.
Of course. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Total number of punts, kickoffs, and field goal attempts by both teams.
Okay, Jerry, you're trying to make me do a lot of math.
Right?
There's a lot of mathing here.
The math is math
there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I appreciate the creativity, but
right?
The math part makes me worried. Yeah.
Tim Capper has got a press butt.
Okay.
How many snaps will Trey get?
Oh my. Okay.
It's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
And last on the list from Ken, his prop bet, Elks special team yards.
Oh, total special team yards. Okay.
Punt returns, kick returns, missed field goal returns.
Okay. Is he doing that just because we won't be able to return field goals soon?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Linda, you had lots of options. Did one jump out to you?
Gosh, did I ever? Well, I'm going to be
Bad sacks.
hoping for a high number of Dickinson meltdowns.
Yeah,
but I don't think that should be our bet. I could go simple, like longest field goal, but that combined special teams yards is a little bit interesting.
Okay.
I think, yeah, let's go combined special teams yards.
Okay. Combined special teams yards. Holy crap, that's a hard one to set. Okay.
Well, it is. And then there was one I think we should do for next week, but one of the ones that was said, but it'll come up again.
Is that how many rule changes are in the off season? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can set an off season prop bet and see what happens. Yeah. Combined special teams yards for the Elks. Man, I don't even have like a reference point for this. Just go. Come on, Linda. Go for the bad. Ay. The Vernon Adams Jr. Yeah. I'm just waiting for Cliffy's jeans. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. I think we all wait for that. Okay, combined special teams yards on any kind of return, any returners. I am gonna say 100 and Jesus damn. Well played, Cliffy. I'm gonna go with 139 and a half. 139 and a half yards total special teams yards for the Elks. Mike's looking up the stats to see what it was.
Punt
before.
returns and kickoff returns and missed field goal returns.
Oh, hang on. Nope. No, I didn't do that right. Because kickoff returns.
Yeah.
Let's try 149 and a half. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
Okay. 149 and a half. So, Mike, what are you picking?
Over.
Over. All right.
Last game. Let's see who we had here. Last game, we had 146 kickoff returns.
Really?
42 punt returns from Leak and 6 from Curley. So
that's because
200.
That's because that's because the defense actually forced them into a lot of punting.
Yeah.
We shall see if that happens against Calgary. Linda, what are you picking?
Over, way over.
Way over. All right.
Yeah. See, Jared's got the number right at the fingertips right there.
I'm thinking 200, right?
194. Okay.
200.
All right. So Kayla's taking the under. I know that.
She's going to say 17 and a half.
That's right. Yeah. I'll
because we're only going to have one.
I'll take the over. I did not set a good line on this one. That's fair. I did not set a good line. I was thinking like 20 on a kickoff, and we'll probably be doing like 20 to 25. So I had that at around like 75. And then I thought punt returns, we get, around 15-ish. And if we have, so that's kind of where I came up with the number. But anyway, it won't matter because Javon's taking one back and that'll be it.
You and Ken have the exact same mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's how it goes. So we'll see if that works. Thank you everyone for your prop bets throughout this season. It's been a ton of fun. We will set an off-season prop bet next week just for the laugh of it. And of course we will be back into more fun prop bets as we start pick'ems next year, and we will keep track, including Linda's next year. And then we're going to see how this record pans out. I think Linda's going to give Kamish a run for her money. So that's going to be great. Mike and I will just sit on the sidelines and be like, whatever.
Yeah. Does that mean the beer segment passed probation?
Absolutely it did.
Yeah.
It passed probation after the first episode. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. The beer segment will return. We love it. Love it so much.
I say it's been most people's favorite part of the entire show. So,
yeah, exactly.
Do we pass probation?
What other podcast are you going to listen to that's going to talk about Screaming Squirrel Stout? Like nowhere. That's right. Turf District Podcast.
It passed prohibition.
Prohibition.
Thank you, Leanne.
Well played. Fantastic. Well played, Leanne. That was very good. Yes, it did. All right. Do we have a couple of questions to get to there, Superfan, before we wrap up for this evening?
We do. This is
Is this gonna cause problems? Okay.
From Ken, Trey has taken exactly 0 reps the first 2 days of practice. Snyder has had the second team reps.
Really? Interesting.
Cliffy D follows that up with Trey Ford's going to look good in red and black being coached by Henry Burris.
Bite your tongue.
And Leanne wants to know if Trey does leave, will his brother follow?
Well, his brother has a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
So now here, I'm just going to, this is going to blow up. As I say this out loud, but what if they package them in a trade?
For what?
Nathan
Rourke. No.
then yes.
Somewhere Blake is like, hell no.
Yeah, exactly. What if they package them in a I mean, we're talking about the Red Blacks, sure, okay, maybe. But what if they package them in a trade to get, Drew Brown back and Justin Lawrence? Isn't he on the Ottawa Red Blacks still, or is he not anymore? No, he's on
Montreal
now. That's right. Yeah, okay.
has been for many years.
I was just gonna try and get them. I was just gonna try and get all the Golden Bears line.
The all Alberta line.
Again. Yeah, exactly. Like, does that I'm just wondering if that might even be something that gets talked about, is all I'm thinking. Is if they're going to
3-year deal and a 2-year deal, yeah.
Right? So they want to play together. We know that. If Trey's not even taking snaps in practice.
Oh, stop it, Tim.
Oh, dare I ask? Okay.
Get
Tim,
out of here.
Okay, Tim, no, never,
No.
never. That would be okay. So I will be very. I understand that lots of people say this before, or say this a lot of times, where it's like, if that happens, I won't go to games. But if that happens, I will not go to the games.
Now, if it was Machine Gun Kelly, sure.
Nope, still wouldn't. No, I'm kidding.
Over chat, I would.
if you think you'd think the CFL would have learned to stay away from Kelly's at this point, but needless to say, here we are. Yeah. No, please don't say anything like that, and don't trade them for Arbuckle. We did that experiment once.
I mean, let's face it, Andrew would take Colin Kelly over Chad Kelly. So
very true. Very true.
And we know the love he has for that.
That's
correct.
Well,
what is MGK's passer rating?
Arbuckle's been nothing but kind to us since he left.
It's
So,
100%.
right.
That's true. Yes. No, I love Arbuckle as a player.
As a human, yeah.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. But I think that the system that he has success in is Dinwiddie's. When he was in Calgary with Dinwiddie, he had success. When he was in Toronto with Dinwiddie, he had success. I don't know that he would be the right answer in this
Under Mike Semick, yeah.
Right. And after the way that Cody has shown the leadership that he has, I don't know how Ed doesn't sit down and try and work something out with Cody. That's my feeling on it. They want to go with consistency here, especially, the head coaching and the leadership. You'd have to think that Cody has to be part of that. So that's where I think they go. I just don't know what happens after that. So,
yeah. And right now, if let's say we traded Trey, who needs a Trey right now?
Ottawa. Winnipeg, maybe,
yeah, we'll see.
Right.
They'd love to get Tyrell back.
Yes, of course. Yeah. And
don't trade him for Strevler.
No. But at this point, though, does Hamilton need him? Is Bo on his last?
Well, that's what I'm interested to see who's a quarterback at this point.
Yeah, so this is all great conversation for next week with Dave and Morley. I probably shouldn't have sparked it at this moment, but we'll see what they say when they're here next week. So, other questions there, Superfan?
Let's see. Talking about what we're watching this next game, Leanne is still on pants watch, and I still think it's the white pants after Labor Day that messed things up. Amen to that.
Yes, that's fair. Yes,
shouldn't wear white after Labor Day.
Correct.
Just saying.
Those snowball uniforms did nothing for him on the road.
No, the highlighter outfits all white with the yellow top. Yeah.
The only Bonhomme I want is DK.
Correct. Predator?
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
Our good friend Blake was here and he did apologize.
Sure. I'm sure he felt really bad about it on Friday. Yeah.
Well,
no, thank you, Blake.
Exactly. What else we got here? Leanne is saying that she loved hearing Cody Fajardo's media avail yesterday. He gives me such hope for the future of this team. again, we got a guy that just says and does all the right things for sure. It may not have been his best game on Friday, but you can't certainly question his, what kind of a human being he is.
No, of course not. No,
he brings a great culture to this team, and as Chris says, I do hope Cody comes back next year.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think that that he's. I mean, Andy was on the podcast. I mean, really,
right?
But I do think that it really should. I just think that I love his leadership on and off the field. You're right, maybe not his best game, but if I'm led to think back and go, well, I'm saying how important it was the 1-6 record was that much of an issue. If he was in those ones, is there a win that we could have pulled out of there to make it closer for this week? You know what I mean? Like, so the defense was coming together at that point though too. So I can't just all say it was offense. So, but yeah, interesting to see how that plays out.
Yep, absolutely. And again, I think the team really rallies around him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then again, I thought the same thing about Trey. So
yeah, we thought that at the beginning of the season for sure.
I guess, like I said, we'll see on Friday.
Yes.
Leanne's wondering, wonder what caused the lack of enthusiasm on the bench that Linda was talking about in the second half.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but my guess is that it's there wasn't that many guys that are there that have been here before. Do you know what I mean? Like there's been such an overall. I was going to say that there might be a little bit of here we go again, just because of where things.
But at that point, it was 10-10.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, or is it just they have such a tough go in BC Place? Like, is it just does that place now have this effect? I have no idea.
It's very true. Tim says, I lost it there. There we go. I think we can now say that Edmonton did win the quarterback trade with Montreal.
I think we said that from the get-go, but yes, I think it is quite clear that they did in this particular situation. Yes.
You can't have him back.
That said, Montreal's, in playoff contention, and we're not.
I don't know if that's necessarily because of the quarterback that we traded them, but
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Go
Davis Alexander.
Hey. Yeah. A few things left here. Ken says you're not supposed to lose your job after getting injured, but I think JJ Ross keeps his job. Yeah,
it's hard to it's going to be hard to take him off that corner.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, I'd always said he was a rookie all season, but when the voting came out for picking rookie of the year, he was not listed as one of the rookies to pick. So I was a little surprised by that, but because otherwise I think he would have been a shoe-in for my pick, but he's a rookie on the website. But in the actual picks that came out, he was not listed. So
did he?
It's interesting.
I'm trying to think who he might have played with prior. Like, did he play enough pro somewhere else?
Possibly, but yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't.
He played one game with us last year.
Mm-hmm.
But that does that
shouldn't be enough? Because it was just week 12 versus Montreal.
And he didn't actually play in that game, right?
No, that's when he played.
Okay, but okay, last year.
Yep.
Well, maybe then that's why they went with that. But
I think you have to have more than just one game to not make you
I would think so too. And yet on the other hand, like I said, he didn't on the site. It says rookie, but it's
CFL rookie, yes, but you can't be rookie of the year if you played in the played pro somewhere else for a certain number of games.
Right, and all he had was
Ray was not allowed to be rookie of the year.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but he was only. But he spent the entire 2024 season on the Elks practice roster. So does that count as his rookie year?
I don't know. It shouldn't, but
yeah, it shouldn't. But like I said, he wasn't on there, so I was a little bit surprised by that.
Smarter people than us will have to listen now.
I mean, I don't think Blanchard was on there either. And I mean, he suited up only for the one game and was not on the practice roster for last year. So anyway, that was my, I have to go through and remember who
It must be because he played the 1 year.
Yeah, must have been.
Or one game, I mean.
Because I thought for sure, I'm like, oh, that's who I'm picking. Like, and then I
Right.
was looking and I'm like, where the hell's his name? And I couldn't find it. So I was like, well, that's not okay. So anyway.
Yeah. All right, couple more here.
All right.
Again says, check out Nick Anderson's last tweet. He posted some pics and write-ups about injuries. Very impactful and insightful. I have it here for those that do not have accounts on the X.
Yes.
Oh, this is a long one. I always thought injuries were preventable. I thought that training nonstop made you bulletproof and pain was simply weakness leaving the body. If you ask anyone, they'd tell you that Nick Anderson playing through hurt or pain is a regular thing. Needless to say, I learned the true difference this year between being hurt and being injured. See, being hurt is a mindset. It's a mental thing. In this profession, there's a common saying that the last day that you'll ever feel 100% in a season is on the walk to the practice field for the first day of practice. However, being injured is different. It's not that you won't go or that you don't want to. It's just your body takes over and simply won't let you. This season was supposed to be full of tackles, sacks, tackles for a loss, and if my hands were as good as they were in the offseason, then a couple of INTs for TDs as well. However, it was full of rehab sessions, training room visits, watching from the sidelines, and many days wiping tears and reminding myself to control the controllables. I can say you really never know what it's like to be injured until you go through it. However, I'm beyond grateful for what this season has given me. I enjoyed watching guys get a chance to play this year, knowing the work they put in every day. I enjoyed being able to meet people in the community due to having more time on my hands. I enjoyed growing my football IQ and being the biggest supporter on the sidelines when the guys made plays. I enjoyed being able to be an extra coach on game days and helping make sure we are on top of things defensively. Most of all, I'm grateful to have been reminded how much of a gift it is to be able to play this game, to put a helmet on and simply lace up my cleats. I can't say I took it for granted, but being out the majority of the season definitely made me appreciate it a whole lot more. After months of rehab, I am finally looking 100%. Sorry, I'm finally feeling 100% again, and that is a true blessing. I'm looking forward to 2026 and being back in action again, except this time really making sure that each and every day I'm holding on to the lessons God was teaching me in this season. Looking forward to what else he has in store. Faith.
Wow, what a great post.
Isn't it?
A great, yeah. You know, Nick Anderson is an excellent football player. He's a better human. And you just see the stuff that he, like when he breaks it down like that for the person who isn't playing football.
Yeah.
But he's finding the positive. I got to cheer these guys on. I got to, like, he already is. Yeah, and he's already looking like a coach. Do you know what I mean? For down the road. Like, it's just
a mentor, a leader.
Those are the guys that you want. And now that you see some of these other guys ball out, like DeBlanco and Mogensen, Kenny Logan Jr., Chalin Garnes playing in the Sam position. I wonder if there will be a thought in this offseason to switch things up a little bit and go to that 3-4 defense and keep some of these guys that are playing so well at that linebacker position still on the field. Like if you had a healthy Niles Morgan and a healthy Nick Anderson and a Joel DeBlanco and a Chalin Garnes, like, how do you, like, to me, that might be something that is thought about, and that's based on the fact that those other guys got injured and these guys are showing what they can do on the field.
Right.
So,
yeah. And a lot of, again, the chatter is talking a little bit about that. Ken says a good problem. How do we get DeBlanco and Anderson on the field at the same time?
Yes. And I think that depends on where Niles is at with his healing process too.
And Logan
Blanco can play center or play Mac, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting off season for things like that. We're getting into all the conversations for next week. Sorry,
Yeah,
I get ahead of myself.
That's all right. We do have an answer from Jerry, of course. CFL rookie eligibility can't have played pro ball in any previous season, any number of games.
Okay.
So because, JJ Ross did play the one single game, he had no stats.
Yeah.
But he did play, and same, of course, with Blanchard.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's good to know. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
A couple more here. I think this is going to end off with some good positives.
Excellent.
If the Elks win Friday night, it'll be 5 straight, which I think has not been done since 2017.
That sounds about right.
I think 2018 we did 4 straight. In 2017 we did 5 straight to start the season.
At home. Yeah. Okay.
At home. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That'd
Which
be
is
great.
One thing we did not talk about, and I'm chastising myself for not bringing it up myself. Totally should have. Congrats to Justin Rankin for getting over 1,000 yards.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's very true. Yeah. Yes, congrats to the Tank for his 1,000-yard season. Next year, 1,000 and 1,000, right?
Absolutely, at least. I was thinking 1,000 and 2,000, but whatever.
Okay, yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. So
you ain't seen nothing like it. And to end it off, as Jerry says, we have a lot of stuff to discuss next week.
You don't say. Yeah, like I said, we might have to do another show after for the but this
the post Grey Cup, yeah.
It's going to be a we're going to have some fun and games, but buckle up next week, next Tuesday, when we have Dave and Morley here to wrap up our season and talk about all of our award players and all of those types of things. So, which of course the best one is There Is Only Mool.
It's true.
Best one. Yeah.
And as Cliffy says, as we head off, please tune into a new podcast venture I've started called Stout and Squirrels. It's a Scream.
To that point in the chat, somebody was mentioning Saint Ambroise oatmeal stout.
Yeah, I think that was Chris. Yeah.
That is available everywhere, and if you're looking for an oatmeal stout this week, get that one.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Perfect.
I'm off to Wine and Beyond.
Excellent. Yes, I will be prepared for Friday. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you both. Thank you everybody for joining us. It was amazing. Kamish, feel better. We want to see you next. We want to see you on Friday, and then we want to see you next week for sure. Don't forget to follow our good friends at Pay It Forward with Football, because they continue to do wonderful things to spread kindness, and we need more of that in our world. Follow them and support them in all that they do. Linda, where does everybody find you online?
Online at True Brew 42, and in
brand.
real life, racing from the airport to at least make it to the game for halftime Friday.
Nice.
Okay, perfect.
We'll smuggle you in a grilled cheese.
That's super fan. Where does everybody find
grilled cheese? You can find me at 56 Parkies, and then the history and horde segments can be found at the Edmonton Football History account at EDMHISTOREE.
Excellent. Well, we all know if there's any cheese left over, who's taking it into the game.
That's right.
Right. So
in your belly.
Love it. It's great. Follow the commissioner at Duchess Lombardi on Twitter. Of course, follow the show at the Turf District on all of the different social medias. And then, of course, you can follow me if you'd like at Free Policious, where my final 3-down article for this year will be up probably on Saturday. So check that out. And thank you for all the support on that throughout the year. I really appreciate it.
It's been great.
It's it helps me learn so much more and helps me prep for this show, so it's a lot of fun. So I appreciate everybody taking the time and leaving a comment and opening up some more football chatter. So that's exactly what we want, so thank you so much. So again, we will be back next week. It will be the season wrap with Dave and Morley. Lots of fun, as we always have with those people. For Linda, Commissioner Kayla, and Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.